ma'am.
Good evening, Mr. Regan. Come in. Mr. and Mrs. Bashwood are expecting you, sir. They've gone for a stroll in Todd's Lane, but they won't be more than a few minutes.
What time is it, Mrs. Bennett?
9:30, sir.
Late hour for a call. Couldn't get down any sooner. Oh. Glad to be rid of that, Rick.
Dare say you are, sir.
It wasn't so early in the year. I swear we were going to have a thunderstorm.
The air is stifling, sir.
Rick,
Yes, sir.
perhaps Mrs. Bennett will let you sit in her kitchen until I want you again.
Oh, certainly, with pleasure. Any soldier.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right this way, Mr. Regan.
Mrs. Bennett,
Sir.
one moment, please.
Right through that door. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Mr. and Mrs. Bashwood, quite well, Mrs. Bennett?
Quite, sir.
Nothing amiss, eh?
Nothing, sir.
That's right. I was away for a fortnight, you know, with an invalid sister in Worcestershire. When I returned home, I found a note from Mr. Bashwood that rather puzzled me.
Puzzled you, sir?
It was a confoundedly bad read of handwriting. Makes a complete hash out of it all. But there was something to note, however. They're both what, he said?
Both, sir.
And what has happened to the young couple? What has happened that is so extraordinary?
I can't tell you, sir.
Of course not, of course not. When were they married, Mrs. Bennett?
A week ago, sir. Yesterday.
At Fiddlehurst Church?
Yes, sir. By license.
A very short honeymoon.
Oh, no, sir. They're spending their honeymoon here at this cottage. This is their honeymoon.
Indeed.
And after the ceremony, they lunched at the rectory. Then they went for a drive in a hired car, and they were back home by dinner.
They prefer the small comforts you could provide to an expensive hotel. Sensible of them.
You'll be the first person they've seen since their marriage. Well, except for me, but me they're shy of.
Indeed, I'm flattered.
You should be, sir. It's a privilege. Mr. and Mrs. Bashwood are in hiding.
Naturally.
Well, they're concealing themselves. They never stir out until nightfall, and when they do, they cloak themselves and cover their faces for fear they should meet anybody.
A little modesty is refreshing in these times, Mrs. Bennett.
They even shun old Mr. Kiffin. Old Kiffin the gardener. Shh! Footsteps on the gravel path. It's them!
Major Hillgrove here today, just a minute.
Yes, sir, he's waiting for you.
Good.
And maybe for a
All right.
What's the matter, Bashwood? In God's name, what's the matter?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, wonderful!
We'll tell you directly.
Oh, Major Hillgrove, if you could only see us!
By Jove, you can only see us, Hillgrove.
It was I who proposed sending for you. We didn't know where else to turn to for advice if not to you.
We're in such a deuce of a predicament.
Predicament.
You understood from Oliver's letter, didn't you, that something has befallen us, something out of the common.
Well, I couldn't be more explicit in a letter.
But what has befallen you?
Oh, you never believe us!
Never.
I've become beautiful, Major Hillgrove.
It's a fact. We're not fooling you.
Beautiful.
Gloriously beautiful.
And as for Oliver, I can't describe the change in Oliver.
And my wife is growing lovelier and lovelier every day, Hillgrove.
And Oliver, stronger and straighter and handsomer.
Dash it, man, if you could only see us.
Oh, if you could only see us!
You do hear us, don't you?
Don't you?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I'm frightened. I'm frightened.
Laura's been giving me this woman's history. She had it from you. It didn't soak into her at first.
I recalled it suddenly in a flash the other night.
Woman.
Mrs. Minute,
My housekeeper.
the witch. The witch.
My wife is afraid we're under some sort of spell, illusion. She has it on her brain. I don't believe it myself. Of course, it sounds ridiculous.
Shh. What is that?
Rain. We thought we should have it.
When?
When did the change begin?
On our homecoming.
After our marriage.
Almost as soon as we set foot in the cottage.
Yes, she was standing in the doorway, the open doorway to
Mrs.
welcome us.
Bennett?
Yes. It wasn't as if we were staring there. She just looked at us. She didn't understand what's going on. And then...
That's when the change began. It was gradual.
It wasn't until we had finished dinner, and the lamps were lit, and we were left to ourselves.
It wasn't until then that I felt sure that Laura was positively pretty.
And I of the marvelous alteration in Oliver.
Well, I had noticed it earlier in the evening before she went upstairs to change for dinner that she was no longer,
No longer hideous?
you were never that.
Major Hillgrove knows better. Don't you, Major Hillgrove?
I?
You guessed I was exceedingly plain. You told Oliver so. Confess.
But it was the next morning over the breakfast table that I saw clearly that she was more than merely pretty. Well, I own I was flabbergasted. The hollows had gone from her cheeks and she had the color of a ripe cherry.
You remember, Major Hillgrove. You must remember. When I marched you down from Fiddlehurst House to make your call on Oliver. When you accidentally brushed my cheek. Oh, I'm frightened.
Why should you be frightened, Mrs. Bashwood? What is there to be alarmed about?
What is there? Confounded Hillgrove. If Mrs. Minute is a witch,
Here,
if Mrs. Minute is a witch, and this change in us is her doing, well, I don't believe in it myself. I'm not as credulous as that.
if Mrs. Minute is a witch, and our transformation is owing to sorcery, what she can give, she can take away.
Exactly. Stands to reason.
Supposing I offended Mrs. Minute, or Oliver did, it's easy to offend without meaning to.
And witches were mischievous people, weren't they, in the olden times? Now, say for the sake of argument, this woman does possess. What's the name of it?
Supernatural power?
Yes, well, she may be playing off some devilish trick on us.
Anyhow, we're most awkwardly situated. The Fiddlehurst folks have accustomed themselves to regard me as the ugliest person in the district.
And myself, the little while I've been among them, as a helpless wreck of a fellow to be pitied and condoled with.
They would hate to have their settled ideas disturbed.
Loathe it.
It's really quite hard on us.
We only marry each other for mutual consolation, to keep each other in countenance, as it were.
For companionship, simply.
It's the biggest sell on record.
And yet I'm glad. I'm glad to be lovely for Oliver's sake.
Well, come to that, I'm glad Laura should have a husband who's fairly presentable.
I could summon up the courage to show myself in the village if I were certain I were to remain beautiful.
Precisely, that's the point.
It's the uncertainty that's so perplexing.
Damnable. And we daren't leave Fiddlehurst. It would be such a slight on Mrs. Minute.
As soon as we left the cottage, we might find ourselves losing our good looks.
Altogether, the position is, it's unique.
Oh, advise us, Major Hillgrove.
Give us your advice, old man.
Major Hillgrove.
You said there'd be a storm, sir. You were right. Oh, don't be alarmed, man. That was the loudest crash you'll hear tonight. It's passing over us. It's passing over us. It's passing over us. Passing over us.
She's gone.
Mrs. Bashwood.
Oh, how silly I am. Major Hillgrove.
Mrs. Bashwood, you've asked for my advice. For you and your husband. Listen to me, both of you. Put it out of your heads completely, any suspicions you might have of this poor, half-crazy woman. Put it out of your heads completely. Bashwood.
Oh, now, as I told you, the notion's entirely Laura's. That idea would never have struck me.
Oliver, you sneak. It was you who put it into my head, Major Hillgrove. You're to blame.
Yes, the blame is mine. It was stupid of me, unfeeling really, to amuse myself by reading a fanciful and evil romance out of idle talk I picked up from Whisperer. I regret it.
Even my stepfather said she reminded him of one of the witches in, what do you call it?
Macbeth. When shall we three sisters meet again? In thunder, lightning, or rain?
Well, and if it isn't Mrs. Minute, what is it? There must be some explanation.
There must.
Oh, if you could... You do hear the difference in us, don't you, Hillgrove?
Don't you?
I hear.
Very well, then.
Very well then. I say take the gift. Enjoy it without question. Accept it without question and without any apprehension of it being robbed for you. Accept it as a heaven-sent miracle. And thank God for it on your bended knees.
A heaven-sent miracle?
Why do you think it's
Think? I know. I am waiting too.
Dear Major Hillgrove.
Dear old chap.
Is it still raining? I promised Wisborough that I would smoke a pipe with him before bedtime.
No, It stopped. Drink to our happiness, Hillgrove, before you turn out.
Indeed I will. Not too fiery, though.
Hillgrove,
Yes?
the mother and step are coming down tomorrow to inspect Laura. I wish to goodness you'd be here.
I?
Yes.
3 o'clock they're due, and we'll ask the Corsellises as well. It may curb the Mater's exuberance if she finds us fenced in by a crowd.
The rector?
Yes, we can trust the Corsellises to hold their tongues until we've decided on a line of action. Here you are. Now, you'll come.
Have you told your people?
No. And the fun of it is, when I wrote to them the day before our marriage, I informed them I selected a wife who was,
Absolutely repellent.
well, not outwardly attractive at any rate.
But who could be relied upon to nurse and coddle a sick man?
Oh, the position's unique.
Well, I will be with you tomorrow, if you think my presence will make things easier for you.
Thank you, Major Hillgrove.
Good egg.
Here's to you, my children. You have given me the greatest startler of my life. I shan't sleep a wink tonight, not a wink. And now, I'm off. My traps, please.
Oh, certainly.
How I would love to impart these strange happenings to Eddie Wisborough, but I won't utter a word, not a single syllable. How excited he would be. How, Mrs. Bashford, and you, Bashford, whether you decide to stay in Fiddlehurst or not, you must effort to preserve a tradition by scratching your names in one of the panes of the window in this room. We mustn't forget that.
Scratch our names?
On the window?
You've seen the string of names scratched there.
Yes.
They're from your predecessors, young men and women who have celebrated their honeymoons within these walls for generations back. This hasn't always been a cottage, you know. I dare say you've heard.
No, I've heard it was a much larger house, a mansion.
The dower house of the Wisboroughs. It was ravaged by fire a few years ago and never fully restored. Eddie Wisborough's father made a cottage out of the remains.
I remember Beasley, Wisborough's agent, telling me about that.
There are traces of his former grandeur all about if you know where to look for it. The mullioned window belonged to the original building, as did the fireplace and a few of the timbers.
And used the old house to be lent to newly wedded couples?
For time immemorial. A custom of the family. An appropriate spot, Mrs. Bashford, for what has occurred to you and your husband. Just think of the wealth of manly grace and girlish beauty this ancient casket has held in its day.
Yes. Here's a Ralph and an Eleanor.
And the sweet, low utterances that it has hearkened to.
And Edward and Margaret and John and Charlotte.